How you can't tell time but you watch face? You're not on real time if you watch fake. What's up, y'all? It's JP, and today we got Guard Academy episode 2. Last video, we showed y'all how to make a guard build that fits your individual playstyle. So in this episode, I'm gonna give y'all the easiest moves y'all could do to get open and create space, whether you're looking to shoot, slash, or playmake. I'm gonna start from one basic move and then teach y'all counter after counter. And when you package everything together, you'll realize how simple it is to get open on this game. None of it is gonna be complicated. I made sure this is beginner friendly, but also very effective. These moves are gonna work with most SIGs too, so don't worry about that. Enough talking about it though. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the breakdown. Now the first move you're gonna see is the same side Hesi speed boost. To trigger this, hold right trigger and flick your right stick to the same side ball hand, and then almost immediately after that, sprint to the same side using your left stick. Make sure you hold right trigger the entire time. As you see, the situations where you want to do this are stop and goes. Whether you just brought the ball down or in transition, it freezes almost every defender. So if you're a shooter like me, you'll get wide open shots, or if you're a slasher, you're going to get downhill so easily off of this move. Now, when the defense starts expecting this, the next thing you're going to do is stop, hold right trigger, and sprint to the opposite side by holding your left stick in that direction. I like to call this move a push cross or strong crossover. You'll get different animations based on your dribble styles, but the concept for when you do this is the same. You want to use this when your defender is chasing after you or trailing behind you. They're going to be expecting that same side Hesi, but when you do this crossover, they're going to be left in the dust and you'll have space to do whatever you like. For shooters, you're going to have a lot of pull-ups and stop and pops off of this move. For slashers, use that crossover and space that you get to attack downhill for floaters and dunks. If you like to playmake, the space you create off of this move is going to force help defenders to step up, and then you can make your reads off of that. Now, if the defense isn't trailing you off your initial stop, what you want to do is use your escape move, which you trigger that by holding right trigger and flicking your right stick diagonal up to the opposite ball hand. Keep the right trigger held, and then you're going to run out that move with your left stick towards the direction of the crossover. You can also do a regular crossover between the legs, which is just right stick to the opposite ball hand and then hold right trigger and run. Just keep in mind that the concept is similar to the last counter that we just went over, but just keep in mind the situation in which you do each move. For this one, you want to do it when the defender isn't trailing you, and for the last one, you want to do it when the defender is trailing or chasing you. What you want to do is switch in between these two moves based on how the defender is guarding you after you stop. Both of these cross and runs are easy to do, and the space you're going to create, because they're going to be guessing for that same side Hesi, is going to get you open shots for you and your team. If the defense is guarding this too, what you could do is stop, switch directions, and attack downhill. Remember to attack forward and not left to right, because most defenders are prepared for that. So when you attack downhill, you're going to notice a lot of openings. Now, when the defense has stopped your same side Hesi and your stop and cross, it's time to add the aggressive behind the back to the combo. To trigger this animation, you hold right trigger and then flick your right stick diagonally down to the opposite ball hand. I have on Jamal Murray's behind the back, which creates a lot of space. But you want to do this behind the back when the defender is trying to beat you to a spot. So once you either cross or run and stop, that's when you do this move. Your defender is either going to fly by you or you're going to create enough space, and depending on your playstyle, you can attack different angles out of that behind the back. These combos and the options you're going to get out of it is going to give you more than enough space to attack, playmake, or shoot. The whole point of all these moves and counters is so that whatever the defense tries to throw at you, you have an answer for. Initially, you hit them with the stop and same side Hesi, which is going to freeze them, giving you space and angles to either shoot or attack. Then after that, when they start to expect this, you hit them with either the escape move cross or the strong cross that I talked about. They're going to either slide to the wrong side because they guessed wrong, or they're going to be frozen again because they played the wrong side, which is going to give you more than enough space to create. Next, once they realize you're always running after you cross, they'll start to jump that side now, which is when you add the behind the back. I recommend Jamal Murray or James Harden, and this is going to shed that defender again, leaving you space to attack downhill or shoot. Now, after you've done all of these options, you can start to mix and match them, which will completely throw the defender off. You can stop, behind the back, cross and run. You can stop, same side Hesi, stop and do it again. All of these moves are so simple and they're all you need to get open. I'm gonna go over how to do each move again before I end the video. To do the same side Hesi, hold right trigger, flick the right stick to the same side, and while keeping right trigger held, immediately sprint to that same side by pushing your left stick in that direction. To do your strong cross or push cross, whatever you want to call it, hold right trigger and just put your left stick towards the opposite ball hand, which is going to make you do a crossover and you could keep running in that direction. The animation you're going to get is based on your dribble style. I personally like Magic Johnson, LeBron James, and Zach LaVine dribble style. Now to do the escape crossover, hold right trigger and flick your right stick diagonally up towards the opposite ball hand. The animations that I like to use is either Kemba Walker or Trae Young escape moves. Remember, you can also run out of this move too, which I showed y'all in the video. And lastly is the behind the back. To do this, hold right trigger and flick right stick diagonally down to the opposite ball hand. Jamal Murray, James Harden, DeMar DeRozan, and LaMelo Ball are all good options which create a lot of space when you do these moves. With all of these easy moves I showed you, you could just mix and match them, choose which ones you want to attack out of, and then you can either stop and shoot or do another move to create more space for a different angle of attack. I also broke down for y'all what situations to do these moves in and why it will work. I hope y'all enjoyed episode 2 of Guard Academy. Everything that I'm teaching y'all and gonna teach y'all is easy and viable for all playstyles. So make sure you add all of these moves to your bag because you can attack, shoot, or playmake out of them however you want. Appreciate all of y'all, man. As usual though, like, comment, subscribe, and I'ma see y'all in the next one. Peace.